It's outside.
Okay, let's start from this side.
Let's turn on the light.
Yeah, we can turn on the light. Prende la luz.
Ponla más abajo. No, que tiene los pies.
Prende la luz allá, por favor. Somebody in the wall. I'm gonna start with years ago. She was 40 years old. She had stomach cancer, but she was the best person. She's Monique's godmother. She was very fashionable, always into fashion. She was always into healthy food, and we lost her too young. Who is this? Okay.
That's my cousin Marcos. He passed away 2 years ago in a car accident. He was 17 years old. He was honestly the life of the party whenever we went with him. I wish I saw him more, but it was a short time coming. It was very unexpected, and we miss him.
Who's this?
Mi papá. Mi papá era el papá más bueno del mundo. Él me quería mucho y yo mucho a él. Éramos como amigos. Nos íbamos a París, a todas partes. Era un mecánico excelente. Manejaba trenes, aviones, caterpillars. Era the best in the world.
Let's go backwards. Who's this?
That's ours, but
Yeah.
Don't know.
Who is he?
¿Quién es?
Rico.
I think Rigo. Rigo?
Afuera.
Call Rigo. Come on, Rigo.
Real man.
Oh, okay.
Well, I did write something on there que era muy spontaneous and very funny story. He agarró un trabajo en McDonald's and we asked him, how's the work at McDonald's? He goes, that's that. He goes, they wanted me to sweep. I quit that shit. Very spontaneous.
Who's this?
Well, that's my grandmother on my dad's side. I never met her, but I've heard a lot of stories about her. And interesting, she was raised and born in New Mexico. She actually spoke more English than Spanish. But then we met my grandfather and they moved to Mexico. And so she had to learn to speak Spanish.
How many kids is she?
And she had about 9 kids.
Wow.
2 of them were born in the U.S. And then she moved because, when the war started, they wanted to, take people to the war. So since she had boys, she didn't want them to be drafted. So they moved to Mexico. Draft dodgers.
Wow. Who's this?
That's my grandma. She died in 2014. She died to a disease called lupus, and she was amazing. I loved her. She was like my best friend, and I always played with her hair. That was just something I liked.
Who's this?
My mom. Pues era mi mamá ella. La mejor que me pudo haber tocado en la vida. Me duró 101 años y apenas va a cumplir un año que se me fue. Entonces ya tiene 102. Pero la extraño tanto y me hace tanta falta porque éramos 3 inseparables, mi hija, ella y yo. Las 3 mosqueteras. Pero me imagino que está en un mejor lugar. Espero que así sea. Y en paz descansa. Gracias.
Oh, that's my paternal grandfather. I grew up with him till I was 14. He loved his lawn. We could not play in his lawn because that was his prized possession.
Oh my God.
And he loved, yeah, and he loved The Price is Right. He loved making fun of the people on The Price is Right. That's what I remember.
That's my grandfather. He passed away when he was 84. So, a little about him. He was always a very heartwarming person to be with. I grew up with him actually as a second father figure. I didn't have a father, but he was always there for me when I needed him. He was always very driven as well to help his kids out whenever he needed. He helped my mother and my 3 other uncles to college, and give them all the needs that they needed in their life to be able to become successful. That's all what he wanted. For his family to be successful. He was a great man, and I miss him very much.
That's my uncle. His real name is Jesse, which I never knew about that because I always called him Jorge. Yeah,
Why is the orange?
He would always show up to every party, every gathering. He was normal. He was a healthy, simple man. He would walk and stuff. And then he got like diabetes, I think. So he ended up in a wheelchair. And then slowly started going blind. It's just pretty. I'm sorry, but it's so fucked up. But should go through that.
Horrible.
And I feel guilty. And he died on my sister's birthday. It's just it kills him too because she doesn't want to celebrate because of him. But yeah.
Frank.
If you guys don't know my uncle, he passed away a couple of years ago. My wife put a couple of things that he used to say. He was a very funny man. He was lucky to see two of my children's, And one thing that he used to say all the time, kind of saying bullshit. No traigas tacos de bullshit. That was his thing. And to this day, we still use that once in a while. So it's because of him. And he was a great man, father figure. Very missed. My aunt and the rest of us.
That's my grandma Lucille. She passed away this last year. She was always fun to be around, always had a margarita in her hand. Yeah, the Schroeder family's kind of starting to die out, but thanks to you guys, I have a big family now, so thank you.
Next.
Oh. Go ahead, Nobody.
That was my dog when I was little. I had him since I was born. I remember when my parents tell me all this time when I was little, if I didn't like the food or if I just wanted to do it for fun, I would spit it at him and he would eat it still. And he was a really good dog. I remember him. I still remember the day. Yeah, he was a good dog.
And last but not least.
That's my maternal grandmother. She passed away about 2 years ago. She was a matriarch. She was always brutally honest with everybody. So if you walked in wearing something funny, she'd tell you, that looks like shit, take it off. So anyways, I always appreciated her honesty, and I try to kind of live up to always make her proud, and just to always keep family first, because my family's so important. That's what she taught me.
Thank you, Ariel.
I have my grandpa. I just received a picture of him today, and I was trying to get one from Mexico. We finally got one. He raised me when I was little, up until I was 4 years old, and then my mom brought me here to the United States with her. He taught me. He used to give me this shake in the mornings, and it consisted of Coke.
Whiskey.
Whiskey and egg every morning, and I still I can still taste that shake till this day.
What was his name?
His name was Jacinto, and we also brought Grandpa Carlos over there. That's my kid's grandpa, and they know of him, and they never got to meet him, but they know of him.
And I think Nick had one, but Momo couldn't print it. Do you want to say something?
She was like 91, and she was like the nicest, sweetest lady that you would meet.
Your grandma?
Yeah, she was my great grandma actually. So she saw my dad she saw me from my dad and my sister, and she was proud of having a strong family, I guess.
Anybody else that didn't bring a picture but wants to talk about somebody that passed away? Don't be shy. I mean, we're amongst friends and family, so anything happens, it happened.
emociones, pero yo no tengo la foto de mi abuela Jesús ni de mi Andrea ahorita, pero mi abuela Jesús era muy buena con todos nosotros, pero no le gustaba que lleváramos amigos a la casa porque cargaba un bastón y al amigo que llevábamos a la casa o a la amiga, toma, los bastoneaba y los echaba para afuera. Y ella siempre le tenía riumas, ¿verdad? Y un día mandó a la Katy, a mi hija, a que le trajera alcohol para poner ruda y no sé qué hay en el alcohol. ¿Sabes qué? La Katy se gastó el dinero y en vez de alcohol le trajo agua. La olió mi abuela. ¡Ay, hija del esta no es alcohol, esa es agua! y la garroteó a la Katy. Eso es todo.
I remember one truck. I see two people. Three. Reyes, he was always funny. He was like always, he made the party. It was never quiet with him around. I worked with him for a couple of years. And it was fun to everybody at work loved him. You would hear him singing in the background, cooking chicken, because we worked at KFC together. And I miss that. I miss hearing him laugh and hearing that. My Uncle Carlos, oh my God, I grew up with him half of the time. It was like, my uncle was the number one uncle out there. Anything we needed, he was always there for us. He would tell me all the time, you're always going to be 12 years old for me. You're never going to grow older. But you know what? You're going to be something great because I could see it. But that's who he was. He seen always the best of us. My uncle was the best. I miss him so much. My grandma, the last time I see my grandma, I did see her before she passed away, but I went for my last birthday last year with her. And my grandma always had that smile. She was always nice. She remembered you all the time. And I remember scaring her once, and I feel so bad. We were in Vegas. I get on top of one of the TV things, and my grandma asked Vanessa, "Where's Nana? Did you leave Nana up in the gate?" And Vanessa goes, "No, she's somewhere here." And I popped from up there to my grandma. I feel so bad. We scared her. Me and Vanessa. If I was that small, that I could fit in. But my grandma never made me feel less of a person. She always I loved when I used to hug her. Isaac would love all the time to see her and go touch her face and see all her little wrinkles. So I miss my grandma so much. Anybody else?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Dedicate this to my bank account because my student loans is becoming in, so it's dead right now.
Well, you know, I want to say something. I want to say, you know, that this is great that you put this together, and I appreciate, you know, because people this is the hardest thing when we try to forget others, and when we get together, we remember these people that passed away. They're not people no more. That you bring them back to life, like the cartoon. You know, it's like the same thing. Just try not to forget everybody that you love, and thank you guys for sharing your stories with us. You know, every picture here represents something now to me that I didn't know before. So I thank you guys for that stuff.
Thank you everybody for bringing your pictures. Yeah, definitely that means a lot to us. And we'll keep them on our and there's dessert.